Live from Groovy Eggs Farm. It's Saturday night. All right. Sorry about that, folks. Is my microphone turned on? I did. All right. Yeah, so that was unexpected. I kid you not. There was 5 seconds until showtime, and I was ready to click go live, and boom, the screen went out. And right then it started hailing. So up until showtime, everything was groovy. Are people seeing me, hearing me? I don't even know if I'm live right now. All right, there we go. Drew says yay. There's Tree Haven. Hey, Jess. All right, so I made it. That was wild. I had to change clothes. Yeah. So I have no cell signal in this house. There's no cell signal at all. But I can. I have my phone set up to Wi-Fi, so when the internet is on, I've got great cell phone in the house. But once that internet goes out, I got no cell phone. So I'm like, I had no way to tell you guys that my internet went out. And anybody who's been here knows the cell phone signal is up the hill. It was raining. And I waited for the hail to stop, and then I made a dash up the hill to the brooder tent where I could get out of the rain. And then up there, I get a cell phone signal. So that's how I had to do that. That was fun. Sound and video good, but it is freezing a bit. Yeah, I can't make any promises because it's a satellite dish, and when you got storms in the area, that can affect your internet signal. So I'll go as long as I can. It stopped raining, and so that's a good thing. Man, I had all these videos set up and ready to go, and all this cool stuff, and yeah. So, let's update it. Yeah, we'll look at the radar. Right in the middle. I'm a little bit east of there, but we can check out the radar. That's probably what just hit us. Yep. So the radar, yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I better get this live show in quick, huh? Who do we got here? Tons of people. Thanks for coming out on a Saturday night. There was hail. It was small hail. I grabbed a video camera, and that might be in tomorrow's video. I will have a video coming out tomorrow at some point. Yeah, just keep this weather. So we just got hit. It was fast and quick. Hail is never any fun. Never any fun. Yeah, we do have some storms coming up behind them. Did my chat stop again? I'm sorry. Lori Carp. That's the last comment I see. Tiny Farm Nuggets, Simply Jan, Drew's Lens, Old Man King Homestead, Cheryl Callahan. And we saw Tree Haven up there. There's Granny Lana. All right. Supposed to rain all day tomorrow. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So hopefully I'll have a video for you tomorrow, because I think I got enough footage the past couple days, and that'll give me something productive to do while it's raining outside. All right. How many people we have? 100 people in here. Thanks for coming on a Saturday night. I do not plan these things until after dark, because who was it? Jesus is Lord left a comment. He told me, get a job, you hippie. Dude, I got a job, and I don't get off work until after I put the chickens to bed at dark. So that's why I have to start these so late. It'll get earlier in the winter. Like tonight, I was done. Well, yeah, I was done by before 7, I think, because when it's cloudy, it gets darker earlier. Fun fact. So what was I talking about? No idea. Is it a cold front? I don't know what the temperature is out there. I should probably stop this. There we go. Oh, yeah, the yellow and red does not good. So just meteorology. I wish. I do wish. There's Lindsay Scott, too. Gene from southern Minnesota, the land of the lakes. Or is that Wisconsin? No, I'm pretty sure that's Minnesota. I've been to Minnesota many times. Well, not many. Probably more than half a dozen. Definitely more than half a dozen. Minnesota is beautiful. No place you'd rather be in summer than at one of those lakes. Nah, I'm not offended by hippie tiny farm nuggets. Call me whatever you want. We had heavy thunderstorms here in Johnson County, shook the whole house. We had some definite thunder going on all evening long, and it rained earlier tonight. I got that footage. Tomorrow's video. Oh. See, now I had like things that I wanted to talk about and stuff, and this whole lack of internet and then running out and then getting wet and coming back in throws you off. It just throws you off. Oh yeah. Saturday night, 9:00. I'm not making any promises, but if after dark on Saturday I'm feeling up to it, I will try to do live shows at 9:00 on Saturdays. I'll even try extra hard. How about that? Because we've got 122 people in here. Yeah, so there's a little bit of demand for a late Saturday night live show. I am happy to oblige, especially with all these cool folks in here. We are supposed to get a lot of rain tomorrow, and that'll be a good day of rest for me. And I can mess around with my new video editor, play around with that, see if I can come up with some extra special. It won't be extra special. What else is going on? Yeah, catch up on videos. Drew, I'll spill the beans. Drew stopped by on his way home. But yeah, he is up at was up at Come On Homesteading till earlier this evening. And you'll want to go check out David's videos. Can I do that on the other computer? I don't even know. But yeah, they are building a well house, bathroom, laundry room, all in one. It's pretty cool thing David's doing up there. And there we go. I got too much going on. Yeah, okay. I still have that map spinning around up there. That's no fun. There we go. Uh-oh. J. Marie. Peace. Groovy people. Yeah, I'm not cool. I'm a narc. Dude. I'm not even going to comment on that one. Yeah, 136 people, and there's a lull in the conversation. What else is coming up for me? There's a lot of stuff. I have just baby chicks galore. Tomorrow's video, of course, will deal with baby chicks, shuffling them around, putting brooders into service. And I was talking with Tiny Farm Nuggets, yesterday? There's just always cleaning to be done. I had to clean out the incubators, get them ready for the next hatch, clean out brooders. You don't want too much ammonia can yeah, not good for baby chicks. So that's one thing if you raise baby chicks is keeping their brooders clean so that you don't lose any to ammonia concentrations. And what else do I got going on? Oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Oh yeah, my last video. 3 donkeys, and there were actually 4, but only 3 of them. They're right out. I've got a window right here. You can see the window right there. But yeah, donkeys walking right by. I'm like, what in the world? So I was able to grab my phone and record it. That's how that shot went. And then I grabbed my camera and went outside and followed them around. It's somebody's down the road, not that far, but they came up. Yeah, they were being naughty. They were naughty cows. But yeah, and I did a Facebook post. I put up the picture of the three donkeys, and the Facebook post was 3 jackasses showing up your house usually isn't a good thing, but in this case, it was pretty cool. Dad jokes. Donna Vickery, are you enjoying your new house? Absolutely. And I'll be enjoying it even more. Now that we're heading into fall and the winter, I can start working inside. We've got coming up within the next month. It'll happen. The work in the shower, getting my refrigerator, stove, and freezer down here. So finishing up the kitchen work too. There's kickboards, and I need to run electric for the stove vent, and so there's some more work in there. Need to move my incubator away from the wood stove into what's going to be the incubator room. So a lot of inside stuff that'll start happening now that the days are getting shorter. And because if it gets dark at 5 o'clock, then hopefully I've still got some energy left and I can get some stuff done. But yeah, and this time of year it's so beautiful outside. I got to take advantage of that. There's a lot of arranging I got to do outside still. It's just everything's a work in progress, especially when I'm feeding 200. I'm not going to pull up the I'm glad I missed I've been missing super chats, and I apologize for that. I've been missing them because they don't show up on StreamYard's chat. But this time, I have my other computer set up so I can catch them. And there's Peepo 1952. Hope you are well, Jeff. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. See, that's how I got to do. I don't know why they don't show up. Well, they do show up on the top at StreamYard. I'm still learning all this stuff. What else is going in? Mike needs donkeys to rid those dogs. I kept at the old place, Bulldozer Man. I kept trying to talk Bulldozer Man into getting donkeys, but I was never successful at that. Donkeys are fun for somebody else to own. I would not want them unless I had cattle. They're great livestock guardians. Hey, Rob Detbarn. Yep, I'm careful. Hopefully I'm not moving from this chair much for the rest of the night. Deb wants, and it just popped, wants all to know she's trying to upload vids, but technical difficulties. Yep, that happens during storms. You lose cell signal, you lose internet, you lose. Luckily, not losing any power. Yeah. Yeah. Pardon me. One of these days, I need a backup generator because losing power with my incubators going could cost me money. Yeah. I've always been wanting to do that. Another thing on my list. Kevin K 831. Good evening. Oh, they say it's cold outside. Is my door open? Yeah, my door is open. I don't feel it yet. I don't have my window open. T Mike D. Donkeys are great. Horses are butt heads compared to donkeys. Never had either one. Been around horses a little bit. Yeah. I've fallen off of a horse. That wasn't fun. I fell off a motorcycle too. That also wasn't fun. Who was I telling that story to the other day? I don't know. First time I rode a horse and the first time I rode a motorcycle by myself and not on with anybody else, just by myself, same thing happened. I fell off the back. So it's a much longer story. And part of it's not, well, yeah. Anyway. Goats are butt heads. Yeah, don't get me going on goats. I am not a fan of goats, folks. So don't even go there. You should get goats to clear it. No, dudes, they're not free. They're a pain in the butt, and they're way too expensive. And I ain't going down that road. How many chicks so far this year? How many chicks do I have right now? Or how many chicks have I hatched? And all year? See, I separated my spreadsheet. Yeah, I should go back and connect them somehow. I've got 207 baby chicks right now. But that includes those hatched at the beginning of August. So 207 chicks and chickens that are less than 2 months old. Me and Lindsay, you told the story. Yeah. I was showing off. So I have 207, and that's just since I have moved here the end of June. I raised a batch earlier this year that I brought with me over here. I don't know. I've probably hatched more than 2,000 baby chicks this year. And I've kept, probably 1,500. Yeah. Yep. I need better spreadsheets. Cat fur for kitten britches. I've dismounted from a motorcycle prior to stopping too. No, it was taken off. My first time. Whoa. Yeah. And then with the horse, it was my first time. I mean, I had ridden horses where they just trot. They're not going fast and running. I never run, gallop. Yeah, see, don't ask me. I'd never done that on a horse before. And there were two young ladies, and I was trying to be brave and, show off a little bit. And they were very experienced. In fact, I think they took me out there just to, anyway, I don't want to get into that part. But yeah, we were just trotting along through the forest. You come to an opening, and their horses and them, took off running. And my horse took off running. I wasn't ready for that. So, woo, off the back. See, I found a way to keep that one a little bit more polite. Yeah, donkeys aren't always herd protectors. Yeah. Kentucky friend sent me a video of his neighbor's Jack picking up a baby goat and shaking. Wow. Then throwing it 10 feet over. Whoa. Yeah, that ain't good. Yeah, I don't have any experience with donkeys. It's probably like dogs. Some dogs are awesome livestock guardians. They won't mess with chickens or anything. Other dogs, you can't hold them back from getting to them. So I would bet there's some donkeys that were bred for it versus donkeys that just have no clue. There's Brian from the Vineyard Farmhouse. Potential political chicks hatched. I don't know what you're talking about. Diane Dodd from Illinois. Were the donkeys and cows from the same place? Yep. Drew and Mike both knew exactly who it was. Yeah, there's not a lot of folks in this stretch, so you kind of know exactly who it was. And they the next day, those cows were out in the front yard there, but the next day they were coming from down the road, and a couple four-wheelers and people, and there's like half a dozen cows. I didn't see them herd the donkeys though, so hopefully they got their donkeys back. Those donkeys were just having a fun old time. They were running around all over the place in the field across the street. Yeah, they were fun. Oh, yeah. Thanks for putting up links to Drew's Lens. He is catching up on his travel videos and awesome scenery. You got to go watch his all of his videos. I think he's got a playlist too. From the playlist is from when he changed his channel name to Drew's Lens, and that's got all of his trip videos so far. So if you want to catch up on his trip, play that playlist. That always helps. There's Mama V. The rain has let up some. Yeah. See, rain, it'll mess with cell phone signals too. Did you get business cards yet? No, I don't need business cards yet. Yeah, they might be in here, so I will. But word of mouth is getting around in Waldron, and it's getting back to me, and so I'm getting referrals in the local area now. So that is very cool. I do need to get business cards, but I don't want to give away all my trade secrets, but Tractor Supply in Boonville, when I lived closer to Boonville, they have a bulletin board that people put up, whatever they have available. And that has led to a lot of contacts for me. So business card would be good, but typically something larger with more information on it serves me better than but a lot of people put their business cards up there, like land clearing services, stuff like that. Those bulletin boards are pretty cool if you are just to learn what's in your area, for us rural folks, but a lot of places have bulletin boards. Where else have bulletin boards? Drew, he might know. Tiny Farm Nuggets. Mama V might know. Mama V has she's been doing like I think the Tractor Supply in Boonville they have, and something else in Boonville. They had like where you can get a booth and set up and sell stuff. So Mama V's done that a couple times. That's a really good idea. Hey, Paul the Bearded Carpenter, thanks for stopping in. Woohoo! Deanna Marie, how's the lady that hurt her ankle? She's doing fine. That's O'Rourke's Little Field. O'Rourke's Little Field. You should go subscribe to their channel. I would I can't link it because it'll do weird things. But O'Rourke's Little Field, Kevin and Jamie, they've been here. Met them at my birthday bash last year, and we've been getting together. I've run into them so many times. So good folks. Brought this crock pot of dip. Oh my goodness, it was good. I have been chowing down on that for 4 days. and it was awesome. But it's all gone now. And Drew asked me about that when he stopped by earlier. Like, dude, the dip. No, man. I ate it all. It was good. It was like cheese. It had, I think, pepper. She said there was rotel in there. Drew probably knew it better. Some type of meat. Oh, it was just fantastic. So, yeah, I'm cleaning up her crock pot. I might use it before I give it back to her. Or maybe I should leave something in it when I do give it back to her. But yeah, O'Rourke's Littlefield, they are good folks. They don't do tons of videos. They're out there having fun, enjoying life. And there we go. Thanks, Simply Jan Homestead. Bulletin boards, laundromats, banks, grocery stores, farm stores. Yeah, I wonder harps. If I see one in harps, I need to look. And then they also do, there are these, I don't have it lying around. Like local classified newspaper things that they give out for free. That's a good place to look and find stuff. It's also a good place to advertise, baby chick, stuff like that locally. So those are handy things if you've got product to sell locally. Why am I blurry? I apologize. I don't know how yeah, I am blurry. I'm checking my Starlink right now. Oh. Oh. I don't have the Wi-Fi on because I turned it off trying to get a cell phone signal. So now I got to turn the Wi-Fi back on. All right, now the Wi-Fi is back on. Now I got to turn the cellular. There we go. All right. Now I can check my Starlink. All right. I think I'm a little bit slower, so it might reduce the clarity of the video. But I'm not getting any major outages. So that's good. What are we at? We're almost at 10 o'clock. 170, 171. Chris Bartlett, very clear here in Australia. Good deal. Yeah, the video quality may go in and out with my internet. Possum Run Homestead, your storm has changed course and is headed toward me now. I've had enough tonight. Oh, I'm sorry. I am sorry. Can I bring up that weather app again? There we go. Oh, I'm going to scoot it over here. There we go. And can I share it? Add to stream. There we go. Okay, what's our, 70 degrees. Tomorrow, light rain, 70. Monday, 66. Low overnight at 37. Tuesday, 57. Low overnight at 26. No, man, it is way too early for a freeze. I don't have a garden or anything like that, but a lot of people do. It's way too early for a freeze. And, oh, there's Bob. Bob, dude, man, you should wait till I'm full screen to come up here. So, yeah, chance of freezing temperatures Tuesday and Wednesday. That is no fun at all. But then back up into the 70s, and that is beautiful fall weather. So once we get past this little cold stretch, now let's, where's my, there's my mouse. Pull up the radar here. See what do we got? That's like currently. Oh, can I zoom in a little bit? There we go. Waldron, Boonville, Danville, and now we'll play. Yeah. No yellow. So that's a good thing. I think that was the worst of it. All right, good deal. Enough of you. Remove. Okay. Now I got to stop it up there. Not ready for cold weather at all. Yeah, no kidding. Do you have any cat toys for Bob? I do. Their favorite toys are boxes, those little things that you close bread with, and the long things that you close bread with, and whatever they can find lying on my table desk. And they got plenty of toys. I do have one of those fishing pole thingies. They are not bored. It's raining here now over at the Bearded Carpenter. Yeah, glad to get it. No kidding. We've needed rain. I think all but 4 counties in Arkansas have been in a burn ban drought. I don't know if all of them were burn bans, but in drought conditions. It's been a long time since we had good rain, at least in this area, and that affects hay fields and hay harvests, and that's just, it is not all that awesome. So we need the rain. Hopefully it rains all day tomorrow and we get a good, nice long rain and it soaks in, because we need that. We need that. Did you hear that beeping? That's my incubator. Tiny Farm Nuggets was 70 here today. Yeah, or 90. It wasn't 70, it was 90. I know. I sweated through. Luckily this morning I got stuff done before it got really hot. But my afternoon chores, yep. I sweated through an outfit this afternoon. And then I got a little rest in and I went back outside in a fresh pair of clothes, and it started raining. And I was way out in the way out there. So I got rained on. I was not expecting the rain. So I got another pair of clothes wet. Karen Baker, I think you are Bob's favorite toy. That is the truth. That is the truth. Thought my smoke alarm went off. Yeah, I should put a viewer advisory before all my videos. Once I need to move the incubator into the other room, and then you guys probably won't hear it once I do that. And I need to stop hatching. I need to stop hatching. I got way too many chicks right now. Yeah, Q-tips and water bottle caps. See Clifton. Yep, Q-tips. Man, they play with their dry cat food. Fifi does that. She's a little nuts sometimes. They'll, one of them gets a stray little thing of that hard cat food and they're going off. They do not like storms. And Bob went and hid under the kitchen cabinets. That's where Bob goes during storms. And at the old place, before we moved down here, Bob would not stay inside my shed house during a storm. He would just throw a fit. So he's had to get used to being inside during storms. We haven't had many though. This is, I don't know, maybe the third storm. So that's cool. But Bob he doesn't like the storms. This is the safest place for him. I don't know. Deanna Marie, the birds that CRC has are absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I got to go see them again. They did a really, really good job raising those baby chicks and taking great care of them, going above and beyond, and they're, brand new chicken people. So for some folks out there, that excitement and the newness, and they're just thorough, just a thorough couple. You can see from the way they're doing their shed to houses. They don't go into anything without researching it and really knowing how they want to approach it. And they did that with chickens. They went in with a good plan and good coop, and they were set up to succeed from the start, and that's a big thing. But yeah, they've got some beautiful birds over there. Hopefully I'll be hooking up with them here soon. Yeah. Before the days get too short, I need to make some trips up to the old place and get stuff done. And while it's cool outside. So yeah, next couple weeks, look for some work videos and finish moving videos by the end of the month. Get my kitchen and stuff moved down here, and that will, lots to be done. That'll hopefully give me some YouTube content that isn't baby chicks. There's Cindy Brown. Thanks for coming up. Country Road Cure, yeah, go check them out. You gotta love it. Oh, I should probably close the door. Oh, Bob slobbered all over my arm. Bob, you're gross. You're gross, Bob. Uh-oh, just started raining here. It's light but well needed. Yeah. How's the new house? Yeah, it's fine. His name is Bobby McGee. Yeah, Mama V's got a rooster that is slow to mature. And that's all my fault. Yeah, she was here Sunday when we did the party for Drew. So I got the update on her flock and her rooster. She got a white and true blue. And am I giving away anything? I hope not. Anyway, he's not crowing yet. He should be crowing by now. Sometimes they just mature slower than others. I've got one out there. It's a hybrid though, but sometimes, you get a runt. Sometimes you get a runt and they just never get to where you want them to. Mama V has another one of my runts. Her black copper Marans, and but anyway. RV Doc, what's up, folks? Oh, not so remote Alaska. Good evening, everybody. Dude, I got to go to Alaska someday. But I can't fly. So I'll have to drive to Seattle and then take a tour boat, because you can do that. I think there's even ferries, but I wouldn't do that. Well, maybe I would if I drove all the way there. Yeah, that's way in the future. I gotta make a bunch of money before I can ever do that. But I would love to see Alaska someday. I have a cousin, Joe Vogler, he was my mom's cousin. Who was he? My grandfather and his father were brothers. Anyway, Joe Vogler was kind of famous in Alaska way back in the 70s and 80s. So I have some connections to Alaska way back in the day. He's no longer around. He actually got murdered. True story. He got murdered up in Alaska, and he was missing, and they didn't find him until the spring when it thawed out. And yeah, they did TV shows about it. So yeah, it'd be cool to go to Alaska someday. Train. Can you take a train to Alaska? The drive is gorgeous. I bet. I've watched. There have been a few YouTube channels that have made the trek from the U.S. up through Canada into Alaska driving, and I bet it is beautiful. But that's a long drive, and you got to do it the right time of the year. But that's pretty cool. Cat fur for kitten britches. What do you mean the rooster is slow to mature? Still afraid of the girls? You got to ask Mama V that one. But rumor on the street is he's not a rooster yet. He is not a rooster yet. He is still a cockerel. And that's, yeah. T McD, yes, train goes there. Interesting. Yeah. I don't think I like traveling on a train. Probably be a heck of a lot cheaper. But if I'm going to go that slow, I'm going to drive. And sleeping on a train, I don't know about trains. I've taken trains in Illinois. Bloomington to Chicago, Champaign to Chicago. I used to take a train every single day to work when I lived in Chicago. The L train. Hop on a bus to the L train. I took the L train from Wrigley Field area, which is up north Chicago, to downtown. Dearborn and Congress, right smack dab downtown. I took the train every day. And yeah, you couldn't pay me enough to do that. It sounds great. You don't need a car. You don't need this. Yeah. Mama V, he started crowing Wednesday during my live stream. He's a rooster now. All right. Yeah. The L is gross. Yeah, Paul the Bearded Carpenter, I don't do big cities. I do not anymore. And Chicago in winter, you got to stand outside to wait for the bus. You got to stand outside to wait for the train. And man, rush hour in the mornings, it might be full. That was not a good experience. Standing outside for half an hour, and one train, they don't even stop because they're full. Because I always said that the city of Chicago should have sold the L to Disney. Disney knows how to move people around efficiently, and Chicago was not that great of it. Yeah, Rob Detbarn, cruise is the way to go. Yeah. I've been on day cruises. I hit golf balls off the back of a cruise ship. True story. But I did get a little bit sick the first time, where it's like you leave early in the morning and you come back, at midnight or whatever. You don't spend the night on the boat. I've done 2 of those back in like high school with groups. But the first time I went on one, I got a little bit sick, but it went away. But the second time I went on one, I was hitting golf balls off the back of they had like a contest. And, thinking back, you shouldn't be hitting golf balls unless they're dissolvable or something, but not real golf balls. But it was a best drive contest. So whoever could hit the best drive off the end of this. And it was the heights. I didn't win. I came in second place, but I kept slicing them. I couldn't get one straight because I'm nervous. I don't like heights. And you're on the end of a cruise ship. It wasn't, but yeah. So that's my cruise ship story. That was in high school, probably junior, senior year. That was kind of fun. And I'm yes, Disney L. See, I know what I should have ran for mayor of Chicago. They'd have kicked me off the ballot though, but I should have ran for mayor of Chicago. Sell the L to Disney, and they know what they're doing better than anybody else. Drew's Lens, I'm going on a cruise ASAP. Oh yeah, he went out on a boat, so now he knows it's the bigger the boat, the less seasickness. That's what I've heard. But the boats I went on were big. I can't delete mod comments. Is Brett being... Yeah, Brett. Settle down over there, Brett. Anyway, yeah, Drew, got to go see whales. How cool would that be? How cool would that be? Being trapped on a boat for like a 2-week cruise, I don't know if I could. I'd go to England. See, I ain't flying. But if I ever wanted to go to Europe, it would have to be a cruise ship. And they do those. You can take a boat from, New York to somewhere in England. I'm going to have quite a few viral videos if that's ever going to happen. Oh, yeah, I got off after 1 hour. The Vineyard Farmhouse. Drew better hope they don't have to sink that ship for insurance purposes. I have no idea what that refers to. Yeah, I do. D's nuts ran for mayor in small town America. You would have been fine. Dude, Chicago ain't small town America. What did he run as? A Republican or Democrat? Because if he's running as an independent or anything else in Chicago or the state of Illinois, he ain't getting on the ballot. And they wouldn't let him use that name unless that was his official name. And even if you do change your name so that you can get on the ballot with some like D's nuts, they have a board that would have to approve your name appearing on the ballot like that. There are not very many people in this country who know more about our election laws as they pertain to candidates getting on the ballot. I am well versed in getting on the ballot. And they're not gonna let you on the ballot with the name D's nuts in Chicago or the state of Illinois. It might be probably not in Arkansas either. Arkansas is also horrible for allowing competition on the ballot. They just libertarians are on the ballot for governor, and one of the news channels just held a gubernatorial debate for the the three candidates that are on the ballot, and the Republican refused to debate the Democrat and the Libertarian. So the Republican in Arkansas chickened out, too afraid to debate her challengers on the ballot. It's not good for democracy when you refuse to debate everybody on the ballot. Patty White, don't get Jeff started. See Clifton, London, England is on my bucket list. Want to go to Abbey Road. Man, wouldn't it be great just to spend like a year in Europe? I can't do a ton of walking anymore. Maybe I'm building up my muscles so that someday I'll be able to do more over there. Now I need one of those Segways. Something like that. Who knows? But yeah, there's so much. I mean, America is new. Europe, Western civilization is taking over. America is new. But yeah, our oldest buildings here are from 1700s, and very few of those are still around. But like, they still have buildings built in like 1200 over in Europe, and castles all over. Those are cool. See, yeah, I'd love to spend a year in Europe. May never happen. That's all right. I'll send Drew with a video camera. Can I ride a bike? I probably could ride a bike for electric bikes, maybe. But I doubt for more than 10 minutes before my Parkinson's muscle spasms would kick in. I can't walk very much before the spasms kick in. Jeff for president 2020 before. No, I ain't ready yet. They kicked me off the ballot. Yeah, don't get me started. I tried to run for governor of Illinois against Rod Blagojevich, who ended up going in jail. So I obviously would have been a better choice than him because he was a crook. And you can say that for most of them. Yeah, send Drew to Vespa around Europe. What is a Vespa? Is that one of those scooters? Yeah, those are scooters. A lot of people do scooters in Europe. Hail in northern Arkansas. Yeah, hopefully it didn't last. It was just a few minutes of hail, and then that was it, and the hail was small. So if you're going to get hail, I hope it is small and quick. Lindsay Scott, I got to see a castle. Yeah, you do. And they got all kinds of different castles, like ones that are still in working order, pristine conditions. Then they have ones from like King Arthur's time. I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, the old remnants of 1,200 years ago castles. And yeah, that'd be cool. Mary Jemison spent 2 weeks in Europe. And I bet you wish you could have been there 2 months. Uh-oh. It's so bad, can't hear the TV. Well, hopefully the hail lets up. It was quick here. Portugal has a lot of YouTubers. They've got some homesteading YouTubers that I've come across. So, yeah, Portugal is moving up in the world, I guess. It helps if they speak English. Jeff, we're the people who don't want to control others like our overlords do. Yeah, I'm with you there. See, if I were president, what doesn't work? What doesn't work? What doesn't work? What doesn't work? Repeal, repeal, repeal. I don't got a plan on all this new stuff. We need to evaluate what we currently have. We never do that. We never do that. Is this program working? Yes, no. What's the evaluation? Is this program still working? Yeah, nobody ever talks about any of that stuff. Ever. because we do not allow political competition on the ballot. That's where you get new ideas. That's where you get evaluation. That's where you can look at programs and decide whether or not we should keep doing them. Because the status quo, they don't want to look at their mistakes. But so you need competition from other areas to find those mistakes and correct the mistakes. But we don't have that in this country. We used to. Yeah. Yeah. What are some other homesteading channels in Europe? I can't think of any off. Liz, she's in England. Boraz, can't remember her last name. I used to watch a lot of her. Great gardening. I think she wrote a book. She's got a book out. Swedish Homestead. I watched them forever. They were in Sweden, then they were in Austria or Germany, or anyway. So I've kind of lost track of them. Patty White watched 3 from Italy. Do they speak English or do you speak Italian? The Vineyard Farmhouse. You ran for what again? I ran for governor of Illinois. But I didn't run. I tried to run. They kicked me off the ballot. And so I wasn't running to win. I ran to give myself standing for a lawsuit. Because our awesome court system. You can't sue the state for harming you unless you have standing. And so I had to file to run, have them kick me off the ballot, and then I had standing for a lawsuit against the state of Illinois because the reasons they used to kick me off the ballot violated the First and 14th Amendment of our U.S. Constitution. So our elections were illegal and they were unconstitutional. So I had to file to run for office, have them kick me off so that I could then file a lawsuit against the state of Illinois and win it, because it was so obviously egregious as a violation of our constitutional rights that even the courts had to agree with me. And it wasn't just me; it was me and a group of people. I was not the lawyer. I thought about going to law school, so we'll think about that. Diane Dodd, weren't you writing a book? Dude, yes. I guess I have to give updates on everything in every video. But yeah, I'm writing a book about chickens. Probably at least a year off. And I've never written a book before. So it's about how to breed olive eggers. There is no book out there on how to breed olive eggers. So when I was learning how to do that, I was finding pieces of information here and there. And I'm in all these Facebook groups, and every day we get the same questions over and over. And then there are some charts out there on how to breed olive eggers, but they're bad. They're wrong. And so it misleads people. So, yeah, I'm writing a book on how to do olive eggers. I've probably written 80 pages worth, but in editing, I don't know what it translates, but I'm at around 18 pages. I'd have to format it right to see how many, but yeah. And man, right, my hat's off to anybody who writes a book, like Jess from Roots and Refuge. She's written 2 books now. My hat's off to people. This is my first time doing it. And you can't just sit down and write it all at once. So you have to go back, and then you're writing something out and you're like, wait a minute, haven't I already talked about this? So half your time you're going back and rereading what you wrote before to find out yeah. And then as I'm going through, I'm like, okay, this is an Americana. This is a White and True Blue. This is a leg bar. And so I'm making notes. I want pictures of these breeds here. And I'm talking about chicken genetics. And I'm like, okay, this is where I need a chart to show a family tree. And it is a lot of work to write a book. So don't be expecting me to get everything done. I get a lot of that. When are you doing this? When are you doing that? When are you doing this? When is this going to happen? And it's, yeah, dudes, you just got to go with the flow around here. I got to do what I can do when I can do it. But yeah, it'll be at least a year. I don't even have any olive eggers right now. I don't even, well, I have one. She's not laying. She's molting. And I distinguish olive from green. Olive is a dark green. And that's a little bit harder to reach that olive shade than a regular green. And a regular green would just be an Easter egger. But I need pictures from my book of actual olive eggs. I ain't got any. So, and you can't just pop those out. So it'll be, I've got some 2-month olds that are called first generation olive eggers. They won't start laying until spring. And then I'll have to take them and put them with black copper marans and hatch those eggs. And then it'll be another 6 months until they'll start hatching the really dark olive eggs that I can use in my book. So it'll be at least a year before I can have my book done with pictures. And I want to do it right. I don't want to mess around. And it's not going to be a cheap book either. But hopefully I'm shooting for at least 100 pages with a good, 40 of those pages are probably pictures of the different breeds and chickens and eggs and all that stuff. Do I have an Amazon wish list? Description of every video. Yep, it's down there. Simply Jan Homestead got a blue egg today. Yeah, see, those are cool. Those are cool. Cindy Brown, help edit, proofread if you need that. I'll keep that in mind. No kidding. I will keep that in mind. There's Greg the Great. Cool. Yeah, I got Greg. When my internet's out, I also don't have a cell phone signal. I have to walk up the hill to get a cell phone signal. So I didn't get your text until after I walked up the hill. So yeah, if my internet's out, I also do not have a cell phone signal unless I walk up the hill. That's where I can get a cell phone signal usually. So yeah, and Simply Jan texted me also. Dude, are you not? Yeah. No internet, no cell phone. I'm back to the dark ages. But yeah, that's kind of an update on my book. It is a work in progress. And just making notes where I go, okay, I'm giving this fact. Whoa, how do I know that that's true? Where did I learn that at? And so I'm leaving notes for myself. Go find source. That's going to take a lot of time to do. Another thing, a lot of these pictures, when I'm talking about the breeds you can use to breed olive eggers, I want to have pictures of those breeds. And I do not have all those breeds. So I'm going to have to source pictures of leg bars, Americanas, Ericanas, Silveroods. And then there's dark brown layers. I don't have breeds. Those breeds. I have the black copper marans, blue black splash. I have one. I don't have any Welsomer females to show pictures of. So I'm going to have to source a lot of those pictures too. Which I don't think I'll find people who can go snap a photo. I'll give you. And here's another thing. I'm thinking about once the book is done, setting up a Kickstarter to release it. So I'm thinking about that. Where I can pre-sell the book, and then you can go ahead and buy the book before it's actually released, and then there'll be goodies for different levels. A book and a sticker, a book and a t-shirt, book and a hat, book and a mug. If I got good enough camera work, book and a calendar, those would be cool. So, but I got plenty of time to think about that. I am not rushing myself. I'm doing a lot of self-editing. I end up writing the same stuff twice. So, and then, yeah. And the outline of the book. So if I talk about something here and at the beginning of the book, and then I want to talk about it later, well, then I have to decide, do I talk about it now or do I talk about it later? Is it best? So yeah, it's hats off to anybody who's written a book, especially a how-to book. And I'm putting a lot of other stuff in there. It's more than how-to. And it's written for novices by a novice. I am not a poultry geneticist. So I'm going into this book as, hey, I just learned this stuff. A lot of you are just getting into wanting to learn this stuff. So I'm not an expert. I might not be 100% accurate, but while I've learned this stuff fresh in my brain, I want to share with you guys. And there are olive egger groups on Facebook with 10,000 plus folks on it, and multiple colorful egg groups with thousands of people. It's not a book that I'm going to sell 1 million copies of. It's just not. It's going to be for a small audience, but that can still be good enough. And hey, if somebody finally found the login that I sent them. I'm not going to mention it. We'll see if anybody else notices. See, you'd rather get me going off about this book that is coming along slowly than politics. Murray McMurray for source photos. Yeah, maybe. I'd rather go to individuals and then give them like there are small time breeders like me all over the country. And those are the kind of folks that I would like, hey, Murray McMurray doesn't need my exposure. So other small time breeders like me who are, selling just a few different varieties, that's who I want to reach out to, and they could benefit. I could expose them to new audiences. So Murray McMurray might be an option, but I'd like finding the other breeders like me out there and giving them some exposure in the book. When I use the picture, I'll give them credit, and at the end of the book, credits. Because what I'm trying to do here is not anything new. If you go out searching for baby chicks, there are tons of small time people that just have a few breeds that they concentrate on. They're not trying to be Murray McMurray with 200 different chicken breeds. They like Deer Run Farm in Maryland. They do Welsamers, they do Black Blue Splash, Copper Marans, they do Americanas, and they probably do some olive eggers, but they're just a handful of breeds, and they do them well. And there's another place in Southern Illinois. They do something similar. Alchemist Farms out in California. They're very similar. They only have maybe 6 or 7 breeds, I think, that they do. But there are small time breeders all over the country that have successfully are doing what I'm trying to do. So, yeah. So that's kind of cool. And I used to have them bookmarked. Maybe I can. There's my. I could probably name a ton of them. But there's I don't know. I've probably come across probably close to 100 small time breeders that have their own websites, and they sell locally, or they sell. They are NPIP, and they sell through the mail. And I run into them all the time on the Facebook groups. People they're shipping hatching eggs. So I'm not reinventing the wheel here with this business I'm creating. I am trying to fulfill a niche out there. I lost track of Drew's Lens. Brian, I need a 4-wheel drive Blazer with my book. Yeah. A 72 Blazer, 73 Blazer? 74 Blazer? I don't remember. Drew has a favorite year Blazer. The Vineyard Farmhouse. I'll settle for a thickness planer with my book. I don't know how that would work. Are we talking about the things I should offer along with inside my Kickstarter for the book? And you can self-publish books these days. It's not like the old days where you got to go out and get your own publisher and they got to like your book and you can. There's an app for that. That's how it works these days. Is you can get an app for your computer and you can just type it in, Microsoft Word or any type of word processor, and you can have it all done in there. And then you buy this app and it'll import all of your text into this app, which puts it in book format. And then there are a couple different book formats to choose from. But once it's in book format, then you can shop for your own publisher. And all they need is that file in the book format, and then they can print out your books and send them off. You can do that through Amazon. Yep. You can write your own book, get one of those apps. It'll format it in the format that Amazon needs. And then, so you can publish your own books. It's a new world out there for publishing books. Virginia Neely, did I try Verizon for my Wi-Fi service? Wi-Fi is internet. Verizon is cell phone. So I don't understand the question. I do not get a cell phone signal in the house. It doesn't matter which cell phone carrier you use. As far as my Wi-Fi is your internet. You get internet. I get internet from Starlink. It comes from way out there into my satellite dish and into the home to a router, and your router is your Wi-Fi. So you can have Wi-Fi going without anyway. Tiny Farm Nuggets. Yes, you can self-publish. Yep. And there are all kinds of different. Some services will, they print on demand or relatively. Once you get enough orders, they'll print them all. And that's usually how you get the best rate. So that's why I was thinking of a Kickstarter was to use one of those, the printers that, if they know they got 1,000 of them to print out, then you're going to get a better deal than if you're doing 10 at a time or something like that. And it's not going to be a cheap book. There's no competition. There's no other books on how to breed olive eggers or Easter eggers. And I'm going to cover both. So, and I'm going to put lots of pictures in it. So that's, I'm going to charge what I can charge. Sorry, folks. I might only get one chance at a big old payday until somebody comes along and writes a better book than me, in which case more power to them. But, that's something that it's not going to sell 1 million copies. Realistically, I might get to 5,000. And hey, if it's $10-15 a piece at 5,000, that is life-changing. And then it might keep selling until somebody else writes a better book. I might be able to do a few hundred every year. Who knows? We'll find out coming up, maybe. Our 5-acre homestead. I am not keeping track of time. 10:37. How long? I've been on over an hour. We still got 172 people. I've got to take a little break. I don't know what I just did. But I am going to put a video file in here. Okay, enjoy this view while I go take 3 minutes. Sorry. All right. Oh, how do I make them go away? Go away. There we go. Remove. Okay. Did that work? Did that work? And now we pause for a brief intermission. Could you hear the chickens? Last time I tried it, the sound didn't work. It worked. Yay. Yeah, I'm getting all kinds of sophisticated up in here. But yeah, had to refresh my beverage. I've got a little cherry limeade with ice from the ice maker that Tiny Farm Nuggets gifted me. And that ice maker has just been, I love it. I love it. Babysitting chickens. Don't be volunteering, Drew. Oh, so I was talking about what other dreams do I have? I have dreams of more land. I had somebody earlier ask me if I was selling the old place and the house on it. And no, the old property has already been sold to the next door neighbor, Bulldozer Man. I am keeping the shed house because I have plans for selling a book, making some money, and getting more acres to expand my business. I would have chickens on all of my I've almost used up all of my usable land. I will be using the front yard for chickens here coming up in the next month or so. But yeah, I do not see this house as my forever home. I would love to buy more land so that I can get more chickens. And my dream in life is to become Bobblehead Homestead again. That is my goal in life. My goal in life is to get back to Bobblehead Homestead. But in order to get to that part, I've got to create a job for myself, create a business for myself, get more land, and business successful. I can hire Bob here. Yeah, you're going to get hired, Bob. I'm going to put you to work. I am. I'm going to put you to work, Bob. Ow. Ow, Bob. But yeah, my goal in life is to get back to Bobblehead Homestead, where the business is going good. I've got land. And for me, my definition, everybody's got their own definition, but my definition of homesteading is, for one, you got to have a garden. What kind of a homestead? And I don't have the time and energy for a garden right now. I have to concentrate on getting my business up and running so that I can buy more land and then start homesteading. But so Groovy Eggs Farm is hopefully will help me achieve my dream to get back to Bobblehead Homestead, where I can have gardens. I can have food forests. I can do, sustainable agriculture. I'd love to incorporate sheep or other meat sources onto my homestead. I'd love to have more poultry than just chickens on my homestead. And, a homestead, I think, is more general, where you've got your hands on a lot of different things. But I have to have a successful business so that I can hire people to help me do all the things that you need to do for a homestead. But yeah, so those are my dreams. Is if I'm successful at Groovy Eggs Farm, then I will be changing back to Bobblehead Homestead someday in the future. And it'll be, I'll never become Peoria Dude again, but I might circle back to become Bobblehead Homestead again. And that is my goal. That is my goal. So you will always be Bobblehead Homestead. Yeah, but not for now. For now, all I'm doing is chickens, and I know I grew tons of flower. I'd love to have gardens, many different gardens. Yeah. So that's a dream. And, there are a lot of successful chicken breeders out there. Deer Run Farm, Alchemist Farm, they've been doing it probably, well, I know Deer Run Farm has been doing it decades and decades. But there are, and it doesn't, you figure you hatch one egg, $5 a piece. If you've got a good breed, baby chicks can go for $10 a piece. Right now, I have the capacity to put 140 eggs in an incubator every single week. So 140 won't hatch when you put 140 in, but 100 might. So right now, I have the capability of hatching 100 baby chicks per week, which at $5 to $10 a piece is that's a good weekly income. And for me to double my capacity, it would cost maybe $1,200 for me to double, to get from 100 hatched a week, 140 in the incubator. I could get up to close to 300 in the incubator every week, and maybe be hatching 250 of them per week at $10 a pop. Yep. Yeah, Simply Jan. She's not. Yeah. You're not cheap though. See, wouldn't that be dream? If I will never make that much money though. But wouldn't it be great to have like 200 acres, and we can lure Simply Jan and the boss down here, and they can have this 10 acres and 10 acres, and Yeah, James Art Metal. I remember when Doug and Ashley came and helped them tear down the old shed thing. Yep. And they tore down the other old shed thing and filled up a dumpster in like a day. And yeah, they were awesome. And the day before Doug and Ashley arrived, that was the first time I ever met Drew. That was the first time I ever met Drew's Lens. And so that was just that turned out to be a pretty darn good week for me, I must say. But yeah, Drew's like, hey man, I can come over and help out. And I hadn't met him yet. We were just going through messages or whatever. And he showed up in that red Camaro he has. He did a ton of weeding around that old shed house thing so that when Doug and Ashley got there, they already had a nice clearing to haul out all the trash out of that. So that was, yeah, that was awesome. I knew that Doug and Ashley were on the way, but Drew did not know they were on the way. I've got a little, yeah, let's blend in there. One little gray spot. Should I start dyeing my beard? Probably not. That seems like a long time ago. It was what, 3 years ago now? That was 3 years ago. I'd love to get together with them someday. Yeah. Get back to Bobblehead Homestead, have an employee, and then head off in some type of RV where I can take a nap in the back whenever I want to. And go visit all you crazy folks out there in YouTube land. That would be another dream. But Bobblehead Homestead, getting back to Bobblehead Homestead, that's a bigger dream right now. Mary Jemison, no, Jeff, I hate dye. No, I would never dye it. I do not care. I do not care. I wear sweatpants every day. I do not care. I don't wear them to Walmart, but I would because I do not care. Bulldozer man is going to have a heck of time clearing off that land. No, he's not. He's got a bulldozer. He's got 2 bulldozers. He's got 5 bulldozers. And maybe more by now. And he's got tractors, and I think he just got a skid steer. So he'll get bored, and it'll probably take him a week. And he will also do things that I will not do. So I'll just say that. There's still that old mobile home there. I am not keeping that old mobile home. He gets the old mobile home. But yeah, you know, and you dig a big hole, you bulldoze the mobile home, you burn it all down, you fill up the hole. And that's what most people would do, like a property, like my old property. I could not bring myself to go down that road. But he can. So he's probably a better person than I am to deal with that property. But yeah, it'll never be clean that way. But it'll be done fast. No, never dye the beard. I shaved my beard off. That's my getaway plan, James. If ever I need to disappear, all I got to do is shave and nobody's going to recognize me. So that is my getaway plan if I ever need it. And I can even tell you ahead of time, and I'm sure there are computer programs out there that the FBI can, they could probably find me in 2 seconds. So it's not a very good plan, but oh well. Uh-oh, the boss has a beard now. It's that time of the year for it. I get all kinds of flack in the summer. You should shave that beard. It'd be a lot cooler. How can you stand that beard when it's so hot out? Yeah, I've been through that. A beard is a natural air conditioner in the heat and humidity of the summer. So that's a true story. Yep. When it's so humid out, it's like the droplets collect on your beard, and so anytime there's water and air movement, it yeah, so it's a beard, and then it has the opposite effect in the winter. It is insulation. So there's a reason that human males, can I say that, have facial hair. You know, there's a reason why we kept our facial hair for centuries and centuries until we started building our own homes. Because their beards have a purpose of keeping you cool in the summer and warm in the winter. It's natural and it's built in. Do a handlebar mustache. Who knows? I hate chewing and getting, my mustache in. Yeah. I need a trim right now, as a matter of fact. Braid it. Yeah. I don't care. And it's all frizzy right now. My water here is horrible. Anyway. What else we got? I never feel hot because of my beard, but I have felt warm in the winter time because of my beard. A beard is a cooling and heating system. That's no BS. Yep, it's got a purpose. Oh, hey, there you go. Like old Wyatt Earp. Cool, cool, cool. What happened to the water heater? No, the water, just the water. My water heater is fine. I don't have a shower, but the water heater is fine. It's I need to change out the sand in my sand filter, and it'll be fine. But this well water is just full of iron and iron sulfate. That's the rotten egg smell. So yeah, I get a nice whiff every time I turn on my faucet. It's like, whoa. But I've got this huge sand filter, and sand filters work great, but you got to maintain them properly. And if you don't maintain them properly, they just get saturated with, iron sulfate, all the junk that's in your well. And mine is saturated. So I gotta get all the sand out of there and replace it. And then my water should be really, really, a lot better. And then after you replace the sand, depends on how much water you use, but all the silt and stuff will settle at the top of the sand filter. And Drew actually did this for me. You got to get into the sand filter and scoop out that top layer where it has concentrated. And that's how you maintain it. You might only have to do that once a year. You might have to do it twice a year. There goes that's my incubator again. But that's how those sand filters work. But they do a good job of removing that. Jane B, would your trap cage work to trap the rat at Mike's house? Probably not. It's I've got a smaller one, but even that, you've got to have some weight. It's got a lever thing on it that when the animal walks in to get the bait, and it pushes that down, and then that's what makes the door. So I don't think a rat would weigh enough to do that. There's all kinds of rat traps out there. He'll get it figured out. I haven't been able to watch his video yet today. Can you get the replacement sand? Sure. All kinds of people out here have these sand filters because we have really bad well water. So the well service companies, they actually have specialized trucks with hoses that'll suck the old sand out, and that will pour the new sand in. So that would be the best route to go on that. I haven't gotten any pricing yet, but we'll see. Otherwise, you can do it yourself. I ain't doing it myself because you got to get down into the sand filter and shovel it all out. And I don't know. Drew could probably tell you what size it is and how deep it is, but it's probably a good 6 foot square. 6 foot square of sand, and it's probably 2 feet of sand. So it would probably take somebody several hours of shoveling to get all of the sand out. And then how much sand would it take to replace it is the well companies, they know. They do it all the time. They probably know right off the top of their head. So it's just, one thing at a time. I gotta make money before I can spend money. And for me to make money, I gotta have 200 baby chicks all at the same time, which takes 6-7 hours of work every single day. So I don't have a lot of time for doing other stuff except making income. You find any who let the dogs out? Me? What? Pork chops are good. Nobody's noticed you yet, Mike. I knew I sent you the link on how to get in there. But yeah, the noisy neighbors in chat. Unless that's Drew. Drew would have had it from a long time ago. I don't know. That ain't me though. But somebody's got access to the noisy neighbors account and they're chatting. So that's pretty funny. Drew should have had it, although I don't think he ever logged in. And I know I sent it to Mike. Although Mike said he never got it, that I had to send it again. And I don't remember if I did. But that's cool. The noisy neighbors in my chat. Trade eggs for sand. Are you sure that's legal, zombie? This is the land of the heavily regulated and home of the scaredy cats. It ain't legal to do stuff with food. And I just saw the U.S. announced they're going to come up with harsher poultry standards to keep us safe. Yeah, they just announced that yesterday. So we have the U.S. Department of Agriculture. They are revising all of our federal poultry standards because they got to keep us safe. Uh-oh, Drew's lens wasn't me. Yep. So Mike's got the link. Mike's got the link. Pink Sparkle. Is the noisy neighbor Mike? Yep. Yep. Oh, Bob. He would spend all night here. Yep. Except then you get those claws going, don't you? He gets the claws going, and then once the claws going, I can't be having little puncture wounds all over my body, Bob. Oh, it is getting late. I don't know how long I can go. Oh, we're at 11. All right, 10 more minutes. Anybody got questions? Anybody want to see me go off on some type of a rant? Because I can do that. I'm good at that. Drew is so cool. Yeah, Bob's a great kitty. Yes, you are, Bob. But I got to kick you off. And that doesn't mean keep getting up here. Okay, he ran off. Cat fur for kitten britches. Purchased the house in northern Arkansas. Came with 2 sweet cats. Yeah, Fifi, if you don't know, I bought my property here in Arkansas while I was living in Illinois. And so I bought the property. Then I had to go back to Illinois and sell my property up there before I could move down here. I owned a mobile home in a mobile home park. So I rented the space, but I owned the mobile home. So I had to go up there and sell the mobile home before I came back down to Arkansas and got started. So my very first day back down here in Arkansas, and I was staying in Russellville, which is about 45 minutes or so from my old place. And my very first day, I went out there, and Fifi was there with a broken paw. And I had no food or nothing or anything to give her. I had some old French fries from like the day before that were still in my truck. So that was the only, and I got her water, of course, but she was just meowing up a storm, and she had a broken paw. And then I came back down the next day, and I got her, and I took her into a vet. And so Fifi was already at my old place before I moved there. So, yeah. And then Bob, a few months later, that was in October. I think Bob showed up in December. Him and another cat were both hanging around at the same time. They're probably both of them had their eyes on Fifi. It's probably what they were both doing. But yeah, Bob and another cat started showing up at the same time. And Bob was very standoffish. He was very skittish around me for a good over a month. But I kept feeding him, and so Bob found me too. Grumpy, of course, was a blessing from Doug and Ashley at different out in the country, but they were in between places, and yeah, so Grumpy was a chosen addition, whereas Fifi and Bob they chose me. I got to choose Grumpy. Yeah, it came with chickens too. There were four wild hens roosting in the trees, fending for themselves on their own. Nobody giving them food or water every day until I got there. But it has been a ride since my first day in Arkansas. That is for sure. And going up in the world too. A lot better than going down in the world. I've been going up in the world since I got here. And yeah, I'll be coming up on this will be 5 years. Coming up here at the end of October 2017. Towards the end of October 2017 was when I moved down here. Wow. 5 years. It has flown by too. I can't believe where I'm at now. So that's good. I figured I'd just be, skirting by on my paid off land, and doing what I could to pay the bills, but YouTube changed my life. So growing up in the world, and I ain't done yet either. Oh, Jan, can you post the link? Drew wants you to post the link, Jan. I don't know what you're supposed to post a link to, but good times, Homestead with Jen and Steve. Lightning and rain was crazy. I did see some lightning. Thunder was crazy earlier. Instead, I met Drew and he got me in debt. Yeah, but my assets out. I have more assets than I do liabilities. So I don't have. I have more assets than liabilities. I do have debt, but I have more assets than liabilities. So my net worth is up. Yeah. The debt part, though. And it's not that much debt because I put up a good chunk down payment and I've already been paying. So, yeah. And this place is probably worth 3 times what I owe on it. Not what I paid for it, but what I owe on it. It's, yeah. So, all good. I would have done that 100 times over. The Noisy Neighbor channel. Yeah, I'm doing. Sometimes, debt is, if you got to get out of debt. You got to get out of debt. But sometimes going in debt to reach a higher goal is a good thing, especially with a property. Now, if you're going into debt for some type of RV or a boat or, to each their own. Some people have the income out there. More power to you. Economic activity is good for everybody. Creates jobs, blah, blah, blah. Go have your luxuries. But typically, if you are looking towards your future, you want to be out of debt so that you're prepared for hyperinflation and I hate to say it, but economic depression. I hope we don't get there, but the inflation is definitely horrible, and that can lead to economic bad times. And I should shut up now. 166 people still in here listening to me rant and gab, and I don't even know what I'm talking about. But I think I'm going to sign off. So we are good. James Art Metal. I just have my forges and my hot rods. Yeah. Zombie, I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad book. He says rent and nothing in your name. I don't understand his logic. Yeah. I don't know. In this economy, maybe renting is better than, I don't know. If you're paying rent, that's just, if that rent could go towards owning your own property, I don't get that logic either. There would be, I'm sure there are different situations for different people where that might be a good idea, but generally for everybody, that's probably not good logic. But there might be a time and a place where that is good logic. Yeah. I do know buying it and renting out that can be good. You can't be sued for assets with nothing in your name. Yeah. Of course, if you don't have any assets, then they can sue you for all they want. You're not gonna create blood from a turnip. And there are other ways, I hate them, but limited liability corporations that can help protect your assets. Corporations should not have limited liability. They should have full liability. Everybody should have full liability. Self-responsibility and yeah. Arkansas is a horrible place to live. No one else should move here. Unless we pre-approve you. If you're pre-approved, then yeah, come on down. The Vineyard Farmhouse. Just subscribe to the Noisy Neighbors. There you go, Mike. You're already getting us. We lost monetization. This will be my last rant. But so the Noisy Neighbors, if you're not familiar with it, when I bought this place, the plan was Drew and I were going to have this second channel, the Noisy Neighbors, and we're going to just, do fun stuff. And so we did a few videos out. We got monetized. We had enough hours and subscribers. But then, life happens, and I didn't get moved down here forever. And once I did get moved down here, the end of June, like 2 weeks later, he's gone for 3 months. So we never really got the Noisy Neighbors up and going. And now we've met Dogman, Mike down the road. So there could be, 3 amigos working on the Noisy Neighbors. I ain't got any extra time, but I will make time for it. But so that was the idea with the Noisy Neighbors, was a collab channel for me and Drew. And now we can add Mike to that. So a collab channel for the 3 of us. And I know all of us, Drew has some ideas. I know Mike has ideas. I'm like, I ain't got any time for this. I'll do a live show. That's my idea. But so hopefully we do get the Noisy Neighbors up and going and create some fun kind of content that you won't see on our normal channels. No chickens from me, no travel from Drew. I still want to do buffet reviews, but that costs money. I'm not. Yeah. But all right, so that's the deal with the Noisy Neighbors. We'll hopefully be doing something with it. Before out, thumbs up. That's what Tiny Farm Nugget says. I never ask anybody to like, subscribe, or any of that stuff. So that way, if you don't like it and you want to unsubscribe, hey man, I never told you to do that in the first place. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Thank you for watching. We're at an hour and 50 minutes, 150 folks. Sorry, I have to end the broadcast. Brian, the Vineyard Farmhouse, needs to move to Arkansas, or at least come visit us soon. And I am out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for everything. Things are growing up in the world. Should be activity. Drew's back down here. The weather is much nicer for activities outside. And so things should be going up and more active here coming up. And I hope to capture it. Thanks again. Take it easy, everybody.